It's my privilege to welcome you to this celebration of the life and the memory of Dr. Neal Johnson. Of course, our lives are poor for his loss, and so it's appropriate that we come together today to grieve and to mourn a very significant loss in our lives and in our community. On the other hand, we also come with a sense of thanksgiving and celebration because we know that our lives have been enriched because of what Neal has meant to each one of us. And so as we gather to remember and to celebrate Neal's life, we can gather with joy and thanksgiving as we remember all that he meant to us. We can think about those amazing qualities that he exemplified and reflect about how we can make them part of our lives. We can keep his memory alive as we reflect on what Neal meant to us and make those amazing qualities that he modeled so well part of our lives. At this time, I'm going to invite his son-in-law, Mark Huff, or stepson rather, Mark Huff, and his wife, Francine Desjardins, to share a eulogy and a tribute.
Thank you all for joining us today to pay tribute to Dr. Neal Johnson. Your support is truly appreciated. As Neal's stepson, it is an honor to deliver his eulogy. It is never easy to say goodbye, but it is important. We are here because Neal meant so much to us. Neal will be missed. He had a positive impact on each of us. Neal was born in East End, Saskatchewan on March 6, 1936. He grew up on a working farm and rode a horse to school. Neal would tie a second horse to his horse with rope so he could pick up younger students, ensuring they went to school too. Neal was already demonstrating his belief in the value of education. Neal had close relationships with his brothers Irvin and Lowell, and sisters Mary and Elaine. Neal is survived by his loving and devoted wife, Francine, his son, Mark Johnson, his stepsons, Mark Huff, Carla, Philip Huff, Sherry, his brother, Lowell Johnson, Jeannie, brother-in-law, Bob Howell, Elaine, deceased, and his grandchildren, Xander, Merrick, Samuel, Phoebe, and Elwood, who miss their grandpa, Neal, dearly. I know each of you are very saddened by Neal's passing. Today, as we grieve together, I want to highlight what made Neal so special. Neal was a lifelong teacher. He was fully committed to his vocation. He loved teaching. He founded Arts Alive and Well in the schools. This program continues to put student artwork on display at the Southern Alberta Art Gallery. Neal believed in the transformative power of education. He wrote and defended his doctorate so that he could supervise and influence generation upon generation of new teachers. In order to supervise student teachers of their assignments, Neal became a road warrior. He would drive to towns all over southern Alberta in his Volvo, never complaining, no matter the weather. Student teachers were lucky to have a supervisor so committed to their success. Neal supervised student teachers until he was 75. After learning of Neal's passing, one of Neal's former students wrote my family a letter about Neal's positive influence. To the family of Neal Johnson. I was sorry to read about the passing of Neal. I won't be able to be at the service Friday because I am teaching. Neal was my prof in the Faculty of Education when I was finishing my final round of student teaching in 1991. He was exacting in his standards about the quality and amount of work we had to do. He was very intelligent about methods of teaching art, and he was very thoughtful about how each student teacher should adjust to each different teaching assignment. He helped to make me a teacher, and I went on teaching for 25 years. Neal was also interested in my career after I graduated, and later supported me as I faced the hardest time of my life, the death of my son Josh from cancer at age 16. I am still in the teaching profession because I sometimes work for the Faculty of Education supervising student teachers, just like the way Neal supervised me. And I try to follow his example when talking to my student teachers, detailed in analysis and observation, but kind and supportive and creative with lesson ideas. So, when the service is happening, I will be out of town visiting student teachers following Neal's example. Yours truly, Alan Wilson. Neal was also an artist. Neal was an incredibly talented artist in ceramics, watercolor painting, printmaking, pottery, metal enameling, and jewelry casting. Please enjoy Neal's artwork that is on display today. But what's most important about Neal is that he was tough. Neal suffered medical problems through most of his life, but never complained and never let it stop him from leading a full life. Even in his last year, he stayed mentally and physically active by working out with a personal trainer at the University of Lethbridge gym. My mom and Neal had a loving relationship that exemplifies what genuine love truly is. Mom, would you please come up and read your tribute to Neal?
After 3 years of courtship, I was wondering whether Neal just wanted a casual dancing partner or something more serious. During those 3 years of dancing to the Lethbridge Big Band, dinners out, and long discussions about art and what we truly meant to each other, I began to see a man who was gaining my trust. In 1997, a very dear friend of ours phoned Neal at home and asked him if he knew what day it was, and he said no. And she proceeded to inform him that it was my birthday. That phone call precipitated roses, jewelry, and dinner at Osho's in a back booth. I had never experienced such long-lasting, genuine affection. These expressions of his affections never diminished or faltered for 3 decades. He was a gentleman. He took his time and made sure I was ready to make a commitment and that I was sure of myself. In all of my years of knowing Neal, he has always considered my feelings and voiced his concerns for me, even to his last day at the University of Lethbridge gym with his personal trainer the day before his passing. Are you enjoying coming to the gym with me, hun? And I'd say, yes, I'll come to the gym with you every day if you want. We loved each other fiercely. We each had our professional commitments, but would hurry up with the day's responsibilities so we could be together in the evenings and enjoy each other's company and love each other. When we finally made a permanent commitment, I said, "My goodness, Dr. Johnson." He proceeded to purse his lips, as he often did, and say, "I told you I was a widower, not a eunuch." Well, well, well. The love of my life appeared before me, my prince. We loved each other through happy times and through very difficult times. Neal encouraged me to return to university to do a BFA in studio work. It took me 6 years to complete, a great distinction as both of us were teaching. Neal had supper waiting for us every day. He would pick me up at school after I taught my classes, and he'd have a lunch for me on the seat of the truck with my portfolio in the back seat, and drove me to my studio at the University of Lethbridge for 6 years, never a complaint. We would discuss my rather large, wide-eyed project, and he said, "Okay, get started. Let's see how you do. I'm right here." I've always been able to count on Neal, no matter what the circumstance. I'm lost without my compass. Neal has always been my compass, my lover, my friend, my artist colleague, my anchor, my husband. When Neal's health gradually deteriorated, we made a promise to each other. I said I would be there no matter what his needs would be. He could count on me right here at home. He did not like the roles reversed. He told me many times, that he did not like me juggling his medical needs and the responsibilities of our household alone. We talked about everything, but the ultimate responsibility was on me to make sure it got done. I miss Neal's 6 feet, 4-inch stature towering over me. I miss his quiet presence. I miss his intelligence, his insights about love, life, art, and our family. Mostly, I miss Neal's profound expression of love to me, all 6 feet, 4 inches of him. Je t'aime.
Neal loved others deeply and enjoyed each moment he got to spend with his family and friends. We will miss Neal so much. I will close with the words of Helen Keller that have brought me comfort. I hope they do the same for you. All that we love deeply becomes a part of us. Thank you all once again for honoring Dr. Neal Johnson's life with your presence today. May we all continue to love deeply, and may each gift of love from Neal remain a part of us.
When the dark would fell before me, and all the paths were overgrown, when the priests of pride say there is no other way, I tilled the sorrows of stone. I did not believe because I could not see, though you came to me in the night. Though the dawn seemed forever lost, you showed me your love in the light of the stars. Cast your eyes on the ocean, cast your soul to the sea. When the dark night seems endless, please remember me. Then the mountain rose before me from the deep well of desire, from the fountain of forgiveness, beyond the ice and the fire. Cast your eyes on the ocean, cast your soul to the sea. When the dark night seems endless, please remember me. Though we share this humble path alone, how fragile is the heart. Give this clay feet wings to fly, to touch the face of the stars. Breathe life into this feeble heart, lift this mortal veil of fear. Take these crumbled hopes, hatched with tears, rise above these earthly cares. Cast your eyes on the ocean, cast your soul to the sea. When the dark night seems endless, please remember me. Please remember me. Please remember me. Please remember me. dance carried on as we stole our way to the seashore and smelled the brine, felt the wind in our hair. In sadness you passed, sadly I knew that you'd have to go. Your world was not mine, your eyes told me so. Yet it was there I felt the crossroads of time, and I wondered why. As we cast our gaze on the tumbling sea, a vision came on with thundering hooves and beating wings in the clouds above. Journey to go, had to call out my name like a bird in a cage, spreading its wings to fly. The old ways are lost, you sang as you flew, and I wondered why. Thundering waves are calling me home to you. The pounding sea is calling me home to you. The thundering waves are calling me home to you. Thank you. Thank you. We'll leave the last word to Shakespeare. Fear no more the hero, the sun, nor the furious winter's rages. For thy worldly task hast done, home art gone, and in thy wages. Golden lads and girls all must, as chimney sweepers all do dust. The scepter learning physic must, all follow this and come to dust. Fear no more the frown of the great. Thou art past the tyrant's stroke. Care no more to clothe and to eat. To thee the reed, the reed.
Mama has a phone. That phone.
Their phones, yeah.
The phone.
Do you want your cake too, hon? Do you want your cake and ice cream?
Zippia.
Oh, lovers young, oh, lovers must all follow these and come to die.
Really hot. He's too hot.
It's too hot. What are we going to do about that?
We have to give him another vaccine shot.
Okay.
2 of them.
Oh boy.
Then he'll feel it. Oh. In the middle.
on behalf of the family, thank you again for being part of this celebration of the life of Dr. Neal Johnson. He truly was a genuine gentleman in every sense of the word. As we saw in some of those pictures, his love of his family, of his wonderful wife, Francine, his care and compassion for his students, his kindness, his resolute determination to carry on. Of course, fundamentally, Neal was an educator, and his challenge to all of us is to take some of those qualities in his life that we respect and admire so much and make them part of our own as well. We can keep his memory alive as we take some of those qualities that he modeled so well for us and make them part of who we are as well. One of the authors that Neal respected and loved was Shakespeare, and so I'm going to conclude with one of Shakespeare's Sonnet 116. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediment. Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken. Love's not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out, even to the edge of doom. If this be error, and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved. At the conclusion of the service, there will be a reception at the front, so we invite you to stand as the family make their way out, and then remain in the chapel as the Martin Brothers staff get the reception ready. Please stand.